they can never be you.
Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, being joined tonight by the Straw Hat Crew representative himself, the one, the only, BJ.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
At this point, it's not even like he's a special guest. He's kind of a regular occurrence. When it's the 3-hour Dynamite, we just substitute BJ in for Derek. And BJ has happily obliged every single time thus far. Knock on wood somewhere.
Yeah.
There we go.
Supporting cast.
Exactly. Supporting cast, helping a brother out. We appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you who are in the chat, man, who joined us tonight on a different night for a AEW Dynamite review. So if you guys could do a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, tell a friend. They believe you more than they believe me. I promise you guys probably don't think that, but it's true. If you tell a friend who likes pro wrestling, you should check out Everything Pro Wrestling. They're pretty good. They'll probably come over. Not only that, 'tis the holiday season. Next week, I know everyone's thinking about turkey. I am too. Macaroni and cheese, stuffing, whatever you eat, mashed potatoes, cornbread, biscuits, gravy, whatever you like, all right?
Thought you were about to break into the song.
Biscuits and gravy. That one? Or the
greens,
you name it. Make sure while you're laying there with your belly full, maybe you pull out your phone and you're like, I could go to TeePublic and get some pretty cool merch. Or maybe you want to go to Bonfire and check out some pretty cool merch. We do have some merch. I will put those links in the chat for you guys right now. Also, it's down below and it's in all of my links on social media at EPW Show. So make sure you guys are in there showing love. And the reason I'm posting all these now is because I don't know if it's going to happen later on while I'm doing the show, because me and BJ usually get super deep into this. So we got some great shirts lined up. Holiday season. This is your chance to get them. I promise you there's going to be sales. Go in and get them now. I want you to save money. I'd rather you just get the shirt for cheap. Go do it. Get yourself a shirt. I better see one on. BJ, better see one on you too.
It's already in the plans.
My guy. Other than that, BJ, how are things with you, man?
Doing great. Started this new adventure of being a professor, and we're coming up a couple weeks before finals and get that nice little Thanksgiving break, and it's been a learning experience, but every lesson that has been learned has been for the positive and better, and just makes me feel like I'm doing better at the role. So
that's it. And speaking of rolls, shout out to my guy Clown who brought up Hawaiian rolls in the chat. We appreciate that. Always, yeah. Yeah, I could taste them after you said that, brother. So after this, later on tonight, 8:35, I'm missing the beloved Bills playing, but I'm going to be over on HW Weekly, and we are going to be talking Survivor Series. Threw up a short story on it earlier. Had the little Deadly Games music going with it. Make sure you guys are over there to talk Survivor Series. I think Sean's going to have us put together our all-time Survivor Series team by eras. So make sure you guys come on over. It's going to be a fun one. I know I got my people ready who I want, so nice to make that happen. Getting into it, let's give some quick shout outs to people who are here. My guy, Sir Quills, first one in the building, said, "What up, Conrad? You already know what it is. Sir Quills is here to enjoy another dope AEW Dynamite / Collision review." Yeah, you don't get too many Collision reviews. And I'm going to summarize this. Quills said the same thing as me. Bills game on tonight. He's going to be trying to watch both shows. It's going to be a busy one. Promise you. My guy, Clown. Good afternoon, everyone. Clown, what's good, man? Appreciate you, brother. He is one of my indie wrestling guys. Keeps me up to date on GCW. He said he watched the Nevermore Raven documentary last night. Can't recommend it enough.
Awesome.
Thoughts on Raven, BJ? Any?
I mean, what about Raven? What about me? No, I've always I've enjoyed Raven. When the Flock first came into WCW, I will always remember the even flow DDT onto DDP on the guardrail that bent. That like lived with me. So
Yeah, lots of injuries during that storyline. Do you remember, like, on MTV too? Like, someone got knocked out because they got put through. What was that? DDP?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. They were wilding back then. They had to chill. But Raven, great character. Check out his ECW work and his WCW work. Matt Lopez says, hello. Good evening, everyone. Hope you all had a good Thursday. Appreciate you, Matt. Quill said, Quill's giving you a shout out.
How's it going, Quills?
Athena said, Athena, I wish she was in the chat. Matt Lopez, Athena versus Harley Cameron for the ROH Women's Championship is happening now. Look at this. I'm missing ROH too. It's all good, man. All good. Tony Khan.
Thursday. Busy
man.
Thursday.
It is. Jocelyn in the house says, y'all don't know about Evangelist Shirley Caesar. Hold my mule. T-Ferg, what's good? What's good, gents? Dynamite was good last night. Any thoughts on the TK Ariel Helwani interview? Actually, I just added that at the last minute to get BJ's thoughts, so we will probably start off with that.
Okay.
D-Rich, what's good, man? He said, I hope Claudio will be in the Casino Gauntlet match this year's Continental Classic. He was recently at the Prudential Center, recently promoting Full Gear at the New Jersey Devils NHL game. Go Sabres. That's why you don't hear me talk too much. But yeah, I can see Claudio being in.
Yeah. I don't think that we got the full announcement of all the participants in that yet. So.
Oh, the C2 that he has. Tony announced. So I was listening to this while I was doing some work today outside, raking up leaves all day. Tony had said on his call that he was not going to announce anything till after the Full Gear pay-per-view because he knows what happens at Full Gear. Someone gets hurt. He's got to make changes. So he's like, nope. I will finalize everything after Full Gear, and then you guys will hear who's in it. So smart move. Let's see here. Oh, on the stop sign at MTV. Yes, yeah, they were wilding, bro. Wilding. He also said, shout out to Tommy Dreamer on Busted Open. He gave his pick of Claudio to win the national championship. Made me happy. You could do that too. Easy E, what's good, brother? Appreciate you. See you in the chat, man. Tried to watch your live stream earlier, man, but work was working. So, and I think MLW has a show tonight at 8. Look at MLW.
Man,
making moves.
Busy Thursday.
It is. And we are here. We are going to be talking Dynamite tonight. Make sure you lock in with us. We're going to be talking Dynamite, Collision, the whole shebang. But to start things off, like we had mentioned earlier, BJ, Ariel Helwani, Tony Khan. Oh, man. I have said some harsh things about Ariel Helwani, too, after that previous interview. Beej, this is how they looked after their latest interview. It looks like things happened. So I'm going to go to you first because I haven't talked about this yet. What did you think of the interview? How did it come across? And how do you feel about both guys?
So full disclosure, it's been a few clips. I haven't had the whole experience of the podcast. What I can say is, and this is from objective, no biasy on my thoughts and process behind these words and statements. Even though I could, as a fan, I could for sure, but it sounds like maybe TK has done a little bit of media training by the way some of his responses were. And I like that because it was in a good light. But also, I wonder if Ariel is also seeing some of the things that I've been kind of, having the perspective of, that the tides are shifting yet again when it comes to who's got the favor in the eyes of the fans.
It's a deadly game. Sorry. Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Quite possibly. How did you feel about the first interview? I wanted to sneak that in before, but you were already going, so I couldn't stop you.
I was not a fan of the first interview because at that time I was feeling Ariel was being pretty biased.
I don't think he was being biased. I think he was annoyed he couldn't get the scoop that he wanted. It was like a journalist type thing. Like, I wanted the scoop. I asked you, and you're not giving me a thing. Like, even if it was I think he would have been happy if he got like a snip of something. He got nothing. But Toni also couldn't talk about it, and he didn't want to because it was fresh. It was an open wound, and everything else that was associated with it.
Yeah, I think my bias comes in there on the first interview because at that point in time, also he was being very pro one over the other in a lot of his content. And so I thought, this was maybe more to just hit on that point than it was for anything at that time. So that's fair. I think your assessment of that is fair.
Yeah. Going into the new interview, I see Clown. Clown's not wrong in what he's saying. Add great into there and you're going to be done. You will be definitely tore up from when TK says great. But here's the thing. At what point are we just going to accept Toni for who he is at this point? Because Tony's always going to say everything's great. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
it's great. What's he supposed to say? The sky is falling. Please don't watch my show. He can't say that. That doesn't work, brother. So you can't say that. But also, I think that I thought TK, I agree with me and BJ have these conversations usually privately. I agree with what you said about the media training. That's what I instantly thought. I'm like, he's getting pretty good at this. Even when they asked, did you see the question about the picture? What do you think about the picture with Ricky, Jade, Punk, and Cody? And
I was happy.
Perfect, best answer you could give. It reminded me of a picture I took of Cody and Jon Moxley after Double or Nothing. I was like, bro, that is a good answer. He flipped it and put it right back onto his company.
Yep.
I don't know who's doing the work over there, but their PR person is doing wonders for him. Wonders. Oh, yeah. And does it just come across better anyway, like no matter what now? Like he came off as the good guy and everything. Like he didn't sound bitter about anything. He didn't even I mean, I guess the Punk thing wasn't a perfect like, oh, it's great, but he still, you know what I mean? Like he was just like, it didn't work. That's what it is.
He wanted it to work. He tried to do everything in his power to make it work. He said basically the instance with Jungle Boy, he said was the writing on the wall for him, and he just knew it couldn't make it work. And so, like saying it that way instead of saying like hurt feelings or biases or favoritism or lack thereof, he just let it be. Hey, it is what it is. We tried it and it didn't work.
And you know what? The people in the chat, you, me, others, will call out the stupid stuff. He doesn't have to say it. You just come over here and listen to us. I'll tell you stupid stuff that people say every week about this. Like, oh, this show sucks. I don't like blood. Oh, really? Okay. We'll see what happens. If I see any in that War Games match next week, I better hear the exact same tears. Like I better hear, oh no, not blood. Oh no. And I think they have to up the ante because of those other War Games matches. You're competing. They don't want to admit to it. They like to pretend like they don't exist. Oh, we're just moving the show just because. And I think that it was also good that he didn't take the victory lap on them saying like, well, it did backfire on you the last time. And that's why you're on Peacock now. He could have made those jokes, but he didn't do it. He was just like, nah, we're just focused on AEW right now. We're doing our thing and we're going to keep it moving. And people seem to gravitate towards that. So I thought it was good.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Just random. I know we're AEW, but the crazy spot on the War Games. You think you're getting another tsunami from the cage after what happened last time?
No.
I don't think either. But at that point, if you're not going to do that, somebody needs to get F5'd off the top of that thing.
I'm trying to. Who are the teams? No, that's not happening. That's not happening. That's not happening with any of them.
You got to protect your money.
Yeah, no. I think Braun Breaker will have a better chance of going flying than that happening. So that's just me. Let us. All right, I guess let's just jump right into this show. I'm gonna have to let me pull up my notes. I took notes on this last night. Because I'm a serious podcaster in these streets. Let's pull it out here. Ta-da! So I don't have all the graphics up. I kind of mentioned it to BJ before. I wouldn't have enough for the collision graphics, and I do have all of those, or excuse me, the full gear graphics. And we'll go into each of these piece by piece. I don't know how deep you want to get into any of these. If there's a match that you really have some deep thoughts on from last night, BJ, you just stop me and go to work.
Okay.
Getting into it. Number one spot in the Casino Gauntlet match. We opened up with Ricochet and Bobby Lashley. Big Bob for Derek. What'd you think? The opener with what was this? This is he cuts the promo and it was awkward, but then when he did all right, I'm done. It was like, ooh, that did not land so hot. But then when he pulled the mic back, it was like, wait a minute, I'm not done yet. And I was like, this guy's a jerk. And then it worked.
It did. It was one of those things where, obviously you watch enough wrestling, you kind of like smarten up on things. You're like, oh, he's doing heel work, but he was getting it at such a point where like it's even hitting me where I'm like, all right, we need to move this on. We need to do something here. What's going on? I want somebody to do something. And so it made even the, most like engaged fan with the world of wrestling be very happy when Bobby Lashley finally put hands on it.
Yes. That little kid was jumping up and down probably. He threw him right to the floor too. Like I was like, oh. Lashley's main event ready, right? You got to.
Oh yeah, that, absolutely.
Yeah. It's got to be something. I don't know what they're waiting for here. Shout out to my guy Hubs in the chat. Appreciate you, man. Huge night in Clash history starts now. Have a great show, brother Conrad, Professor PJ. 13 belts, Mone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Ricochet screaming. Yeah, he was cooked.
Yeah,
bro. He was cooked. Yeah, Boston did have a good crowd last night too, T-Ferg. I thought that same. Like I thought they did a very good job. Listen, not gonna lie to you, the promo was the main part of the match, and then Ricochet got tore down, spear. Lashley moves on. He is the number one entrant now in the Casino Battle Royal that we're going to talk about later for the national championship. Going on, we get to the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander versus Skyflight. I was not prepared to see Skyflight on my screen, but they were back again out in these streets, man. It was a last minute ad. As you can see, we don't have it here because Tony's going to Tony. And he added it last minute, and he was like, let's do it. How do you feel first about Skyflight, I guess? We know who won the match, guys. We know.
Because I can see the appeal of having essentially SCU like coaching them on working to be more character based, where they're already very good, with their aerial stuff and athleticism in the ring. And Scorpio Sky gets that bridge in the middle because he gets to be with the team that does that, so he can also be shown off doing that, but also be the character backbone.
Yeah. I felt bad for him with the whole SCU thing. Like I feel like it just didn't work out, and like Kazarian wasn't feeling it. Daniel's time was he could feel like the time was no longer, can't do this anymore, man. I
watched them become the first ever AEW Tag Team Champions live. I was in the arena, and I was.
Did you hear Derek's tears that night when the Lucha Bros didn't win them?
I was surprised too, but I was happy for them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm a little bummed that SCU didn't have more traction behind it.
Yeah, not there anyway. Yeah, I think he could have been better. I don't know what happened. And then he had I liked him and Ethan Page as a team too. I thought they were a pretty good team together. And then I don't know what happened. It just stuff never added up or clicked. Skyflight ended up taking the loss here though. Young Bucks and Josh Alexander win. They did show some dissension amongst themselves though, where I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And yeah, they ended up winning. Josh Alexander steals the win with the ankle lock after the match. Kenneth, by God, Omega comes out, steel chair in hand, hits someone in the gut, throws it at someone's face. And I was like, he probably should have kept the chair because he's going in to get beat up, and he got jumped after that. But the Bucks didn't do it. And we're back to BJ's classic line, if you've been around for years, friendship storyline.
That's right.
Oh no. It's the classic
fatality in Mortal Kombat.
It's the BTE trope. How did you feel about that one? I mean, I guess we could save it too if we're gonna get more into it afterwards, so it's up to you. But
yeah, we'll talk more about it when it comes to the match, because I think that's where we get that next step in this whole process anyways.
okay, I respect it. We're going into who's going to be number 2 in the gauntlet match. Now, I like this because this ends a trope of like the only numbers we care about are who's first and who's last. No, no, no. Being number 2 matters too. All right, in this. So, for the number 2 spot in the Casino Gauntlet, Shelton Benjamin, Speedball Mike Bailey. I actually enjoyed this match. I know everyone's going to harp in on the mistake and Speedball didn't kick out and the ref, it got weird. I'm like, look, stuff happens. I don't know what happened there. Maybe he thought he couldn't hear what was going on. Maybe something happened. I don't know. But I was okay with it, and I thought they recovered nicely and just ended it pretty quickly, and same result. Shelton Benjamin wins.
I really enjoyed the match. I also this is a Ring of Honor thing, but I used to me and a friend would clown on Paul Turner for like his reffing ability, but it was because we were at a show, a TV taping, where he just in the middle of counting, like forgot what he was doing and stopped counting. And it clearly wasn't an issue of they're taking longer than what I'm intending. It was just like he just like was like 5 and then just like put his hand down and kind of like moved over to the, and we're like, what are you doing? so anytime Paul Turner like has a call, he's a good ref, but anytime he has a call, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's Paul Turner.
Yeah.
So,
honestly, Paul Turner is one of my favorite officials in the company, truthfully.
Yeah, no. But like I said, it's just like a little joke that me and a buddy had because of that moment. But so I kind of chuckled at that, but I was just glad to see even later that Speedball's okay. I think maybe he got there was a miscommunication somewhere on what either the finish was supposed to be, or that kick hit a little too hard.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know what happened there. Like I said, I'm just glad people are okay. And yeah, they did a good job here. But Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley as 1 and 2 makes you wonder, like, is someone gonna just let the other guy win? Or is this gonna be a fight? Like, it feels like Axe and Smash in the Royal Rumble 1 and 2. Like, all right, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, we hurt people, we hurt each other.
That's right.
So that's gonna make an interesting gauntlet match. T-Ferg, you mentioned Scorpio Sky should be on more screen often. There are certain things in AEW that I feel like are polarizing, and I think this is one of them because I've seen people say, "Please get Scorpio Sky off my screen." So I don't know. I don't know how people would feel about it. I like Scorpio Sky personally, but I don't know if I don't know how people feel about him. If he can find a way to make them care, cool, go for it. I think Top Flight need to be in a better spot as well. I think they've earned it. I know they've had struggles ever since they've had injury after injury. Like they've had setback after setback since like 2021. And I feel for those guys too when it comes to that. Clown said he sabooed that chair. Yeah. Toni needs to pay for Brass Monkey for Speedball. I don't want to know the price of that though. That's probably something crazy.
Yeah, gotta be.
Yeah, I can't put that one up, but you're funny about TNA. Going into what we have next. After that, we find out Continental Classic starting next week. Moxley and Claudio versus Orange and Roderick Strong. Quite interesting. I don't even remember. Did someone win this? Yes. Claudio ended up popping Orange in the air and then Bulldog choke by Moxley. Death Riders win. Beej, what's your feeling on the Death Riders, man? I know we've talked about the Moxley stuff. I've seen your thoughts in the chat, but speak on this a little bit here.
So for me, I don't mind the Death Riders. They've been in this weird place a few times now where it feels like, oh, this is the end of the Death Riders, or oh, this is where we take a break on the Death Riders, or this is where leadership changes, and then it just doesn't. we've had a few times where I thought, oh, well, this is where Mox goes and takes a break for a minute and comes back refreshed. And then the next Dynamite, nope, he's there. We got a match and we got something going. Where I think we are currently, I think it's drawn out a little bit too much, but I think we're seeing Mox being the weak link of the Death Riders by being willing to give up so often.
Yeah, and he was in a submission last night again.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that they're actually going to follow up on this, and it's going to be Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly announced for the pay-per-view. So definitely interesting. BJ, there's got to be a turn coming though with this, right? Or maybe I should save this, but there's got to be a turn for Moxley sooner rather than later, right? He's failing as a leader.
I don't know if it's a turn or if it's an exile. If he's still this Mox, but his team abandoned him.
I like to think of the idea of ever since All In, since Hangman choked him with it, like he's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? He's having like trauma from that tap out, and he can't accept it. And now when he's in a submission, he feels like I have to preserve myself. I need to tap. I need to tap. I need to tap. Darby got me. Now Kyle O'Reilly got me. And it's like, what are you doing, dude? What's going on? So I could see by like even World's End, I can even see the first Dynamite. They're going to be like, you know what? Cut him loose. We're done with this guy.
Yeah.
We don't need it. But then I'm like, where do the Death Riders go? So it's going to be interesting if and when we get there.
I think be interesting to see Claudio as the leader of the Death Riders.
All right. Sorry. Arms hurt a little bit there. Getting back into the matches here. After that, we had the quarterfinals with Toni and Mina. They are now the the Timeless Love Bombshells? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Timeless Love Bombshells. I like that name. Reminds me of like an 80s tag team name from like All Japan. And they're taking on Riho and Alex Windsor. They are in this tournament. As you can see, this is where we were. Sisters of Sin have moved on. Willow and Harley have moved on. It's Sisters of Sin, Babes of Wrath, and then in this match, obviously. And by the way, I love the video package and the theme song they had for Toni and Mina. They end up getting the win in this one after Alex Windsor eats the Storm Zero pile driver. Worked out fine. I think this is some storytelling off the women's blood and guts leading to the big match. And when we get to the other match, I'm sure you can assume who's going to win. I think we all saw this coming. But any thoughts on this one, Beach?
I like them as a team. It's very interesting because in my mind, I did not put Mina and Toni as a long-term team. And this presentation made me like rethink that. Like, I know that they've been a unit for a little bit, but the fact, the entrance together and everything doesn't feel like something you do for a one-off,
Not at all. Not at all.
So,
and then we move on into the next matchup. Hangman Page versus Katsuyori Shibata. This is exactly what I wanted. Joe cut a promo earlier, which I thought was fantastic. Samoa Joe is so good. He's on the headset. He can't touch Hangman. He's spitting everywhere. He's getting upset at this match. Hangman Page gets the dub with the buckshot lariat, takes out Shibata. I can't repeat what kind of surgeon he said he was going to need, but it was not good. And Hangman Page, Samoa Joe cage match is just set up.
Samoa Joe's so good on the mic.
He needs to be beloved. Like him, Punk, like that early ROH class. Like I'm just like, dude, all these guys are so good, bro. So good.
Him constantly giving it back to like Toni, Schiavone, and then like still like respectfully talking to Danielson like at the same time. Like I was just like, okay, and then Hangman's remark about him being there but without the poncho.
Yeah, that was a little little WrestleMania time, if you remember the Poncho story.
Yeah.
Very well done though by all involved.
I'm very interested at how often recently, just in the last couple of weeks, Hangman has brought up the last time he was in a cage and what he did to someone. And I'm like, I know that we're bringing it up as reminders so that you should fear him, but also in the way that it's being brought up, it's like, are we about to see him back soon?
I hope so.
I do too.
Like, here's the crazy part. I feel like their roster, if we're saying like, just pretend their roster is battery life right now with what they normally have, which is 100% versus what they have right now. I don't think people realize they're operating at like 40%.
And
Like
it's still quality shows.
Right. And I've heard people complain like, oh, Hangman's title reign hasn't been that good. Dude, you know how many people in the main event scene are out right now? Like, have you realized?
Yeah.
And Joe is a great fill-in. Like, Joe, we need you to go back and just do Joe things. Got it.
I was gonna say, I think we talked about it the last time we were on here together, but like Joe is the type of person that if he wins it, yeah, duh, it's Joe. He could be champ tomorrow, and I'd be like, yeah, viable option, duh. Like,
right? It's all right there. I'm going in to the chat here just to see the timeless love bombs. Thank you. I said bombshells. Yeah, timeless love bombs. Thank you, Quills. Ray Thompson, what's good, man? Hope you're doing good, man. Pumped for Full Gear this Saturday. I think the tag title match will be a banger. Happy to have Omega back. I love it.
How's it going, right?
E said love, sex, violence.
What is this? Edge promo?
Put the belt on Joe one last title run before he retires. I think that last one was his last one. But I do want Joe, when he's ready to go out with his head held high, man. He always did great work wherever he went, always did stuff the right way. The only regret I have for him as a fan, I wish he didn't stay in TNA as long as he did towards the end there, but you know, other people should have wanted him. That's all I could say at that point. But Samoa Joe's always been one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, and people are showing love. Love it, man. They could hot potato it while people heal. 100%. And I think the day will come where hot potatoes start to happen a little bit more, but I don't know if we're ready for that yet. And it'll probably be when everyone's had like 2 or 3 and it's like, you know what? Let's change it tonight.
Yeah.
Why not? And I like that he's being patient with doing that as well, because can't always do that. Next up, we had TayJay taking on Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir. TayJay, man, early favorites. I would say kind of like the pioneers of why we have the women's tag titles. And I saw a lot of people online. They were upset. TayJay put up a post like they were ready to cry. I think it's part of the story for them.
This busted my bracket.
You thought they were going to win in the end?
Well, I thought, okay, so going along with what we had mentioned about, SCU in the first tournament, right? SCU was an established team. They were, more veterans. They weren't the typical like favorites because Lucha Bros was in the final there with them, stuff like that. I thought TayJay, when it came to tag teams for the women, this was like the first one for the company. They were the ones that were really behind the push on like, oh, hey, we could do the tag team thing. And so I thought, man, this would kind of be poetic to have them be the first. But as you said, it could be part of the story to get them as a big contender to be maybe the second. But if it were me, they'd have won this.
Lots of peaches and cake emojis for this
one.
Yes. Lots of them.
Bakery is open.
The bakery is open for sure. Here's the thing, though. I don't think you could do that after Blood and Guts. Like, to me, the writing was on the wall for as far as like what was going to happen and what they were going to do. I was like, oh, once Storm went, I was like, yeah, it's got to be Storm and them in the rematch now. They set up the semifinals in the Blood and Guts match, which, like I said, I think it's fine. And now there's a mountain for them to climb, get up, and then try to get back over. I think TayJay will be a favorite in this division because the winners of this match, Marina, Shafir, and Megan Bayne, I don't see them lasting as a tag team. I could even see problems start to happen here. It'll be fairly interesting to see. And I still don't know who wins this in the end. Like, I don't know who's the team that wins this. Toni and Mina make sense. You could. I don't know.
I think the now that my prediction is out the window, I'm going with the Sisters of Sin.
Oh, you think they're the first ones? They tried to cut that weird promo, and I was just like, Sky Blue, I can't look at you after seeing how you were last week.
Yeah.
I was just like, what happened? What happened? Yep. I would put up a picture, but we will get shut down for that. But yeah, so now we know the semifinals, and there's a match made. There's going to be a 4-way tag with all the semifinal participants. The winner will get to pick a stipulation for their match. I like that. This is something a little bit different, and they get to like work with each other a little bit. It's like, all right, let's make sure we work out the kinks here and do all of that. So should be good. We'll talk about that when we get into the full gear stuff. Let's get into Okada Mascara Dorada. I thought this match was fantastic as well, BJ, as someone who saw them work at All Out together. It live, like, great stuff. I was a little more worried in this one after the 450.
Yeah.
Mascara Dorada definitely, as I like to call it, he ate shit. Like, he just missed completely and slammed his head. And I was like, I don't know if he's all right. He started moving okay in some parts, and there's other parts where it's like, end this match, please.
Yeah, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, so Okada gets the win. It was a double Jeopardy match, so now Okada is getting a title shot at the CMLL titles. Don Callis announced the team. Of course, it's going to be Kazuchika Okada, Hechicero, and they love doing the Hechicero stuff. Hechicero's fantastic to me.
Yeah,
top innovator in AEW. And then Takeshita is announced as the other partner, and his whole look just changed. Like, what? This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. I got a match with Tanahashi we're about, and this is what we're doing right now. This is what you want to do. All right. So they're going to be taking on Team Sky for the CMLL Trios titles. Should be a fun one.
Oh yeah, that'll be great. I think it falls apart thanks to Takeshita and Okada. But yeah.
I saw some of those same overreactions, Jocelyn.
Yeah, I was going to say that does feel a bit overreactive to me.
Yeah, they're not dead in the water. They weren't buried. Relax. Let's see here. Finals have 2 possible storylines could fit with Sisters of Sin versus the Timeless Love Bombs, or Marina and Megan versus Willow and Harley. Good. Like I said, it's good. It's starting to get tougher to call. Tougher to call. Love it, man. Okada's face when he was announced, yes. The zoom in on Don's mouth is great. Words that I never want to see again, Jocelyn. No, Don Callis is the worst. The worst. We boo this man. And then it was main event time. They gave it to the ladies here, and it was Red Velvet versus Mercedes Moné. And I'm going to say this. Red Velvet's getting compliments right here. Red Velvet has improved. Red Velvet might be the most improved wrestler of the night that I saw on here, because I was like, damn, Red Velvet's good. And she crushed in this match, I thought. And Mercedes, who hates Mercedes Moné? Like, dude, what does she have to do? What does she have to do? This is a fantastic match. And I thought the finish was crazy, and it was great.
Yep, I agree. I have not got any of the Moné hate. Like, when she
too many belts.
Yeah, when she first came in, I was like, I don't know how this works. We'll see how it goes. I'm being a fan of Sasha Banks. This is a whole new realm and something to adjust and get to. But this like belt storyline where people are like, oh, it's gone on too long, or oh, the brother memes and stuff like that. It's just like I don't see it. Like, every time she's out there in a match,
she's not a draw. And then the guy from Winnipeg's like, she absolutely is. Let me show you my numbers real quick. And I was like, yeah, y'all better stop saying that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And the finishing move was a like tombstone style Mercedes falls on her back and does like a lung blower with her knees up, and Red Velvet's on the front part of it. Dunzo immediately after that. So she didn't really gain another title per se. She was the interim, and now it's official. She was the ROH television champion. I love it. She gets into a fight with Statlander after a little bit, and she's doing the dance. She's holding up the belt. Mercedes is feeling herself, and I'll get more into my theory when we're going to do this quick preview and predictions for Full Gear. But that was the show. I thought it was good, BJ. I still hate the 3 hours. I think 3 hours is just too much for the show, and it's weird because I know that they're doing it probably to fulfill their Collision obligation, and they're giving them a special show alongside with it, but I don't know.
I'll put it this way. This outside it I'm not including things like Blood and Guts or those kinds of specials like they do over the summer and things of that nature. I think this was one of the best 3-hour shows of the year, though.
They did a good job with it. I think 3 hours is just too long. Like it's crushing me on the soul. Like when I'm watching, I'm like, all right, we're almost there.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I'm just saying that, like, I think from bell to bell, it was really well put together.
And then my other issue is like right after they're like, oh, and then right after we're going to be showing the preview stuff for the event. I'm like, no. And I think that's where they've lost me. What if they did 2.5 hours and then they made the half hour like we're going to start showing you the previews that you will see for the matches, and it's kind of a shortened version of what you're going to get if you watch on YouTube. And
yeah, I would be down for that.
I think that might be a better route for them to go, and then they could clean it up. But then once again, you got to tell a talent they're not going to be on it. Everyone always talks like, yeah, I would just tell a talent no. And I'm like, but I work for you. I want to do work for you. Like, that's the craziest thing, that someone's asking to do work and you're like, no, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. Like, you got to put yourself in those shoes. And I don't know. I couldn't be that heartless either. I'm like, okay. All right, we'll find something for you to do. I love it. Oh, I love Don Callis. Callis in-ring reductions have me rolling every time. Mercedes, match of the night for me. I love it, man. Wish Red Velvet team with Kiera Hogan for the women's tag titles. I don't know if Kiera Hogan's still with the company.
I was going to say, I think the last I heard was that she was out.
Yeah, I don't think they renewed the contract. She got paid all the way, I think, through, but I don't know what that means. Red Velvet was Velvet in ring. I like that. I like that. Dynamite should move to Tuesdays and Collision should be on Wednesdays. I don't know. I don't know about that. Tuesday night Dynamite, which is what Toni originally wanted. People don't know that.
TNT.
Let's go into Full Gear, man. So we just talked about Full Gear week. We just watched Dynamite. We made it through Collision. We saw the countdown immediately following. Next up for us is going to be 0 Hour and the Saturday Tailgate Brawl, and then Full Gear, man. Let's talk about some of these matches, BJ. Prepare yourself.
Okay.
Hold back your excitement when we get to some of these matches on the Tailgate special. The Workhorsemen, which always good to see the homies. They're going to be taking out Eddie Kingston and Hook. And I've seen some people, why are some of these matches on the Tailgate show? Because on network TV and they need a rating. Yeah, that's why. Like, this is business. I don't get sometimes when people are like, I don't understand why this is happening.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. When are we going to start pushing the Workhorsemen?
I think in ROH, listen, in Ring of Honor, you could have such a good tag division with the Workhorsemen, Top Flight. What's your guy? Matt Taven, the Kingdom. Mike Bennett. You have people that you could push. I even think you could put Ronnie and Kyle in there sometimes and have them mix it up and maybe, win the titles, bring them on TV a little bit. You could mix it up a little if you wanted to. I see it there.
Just made me sad thinking about the Kingdom.
even Kingston and Hook, they could definitely go over there and be the Ring of Honor tag champs. Why not?
The Outrunners.
We're going to talk about them next. This is all tag matches for this show for the Tailgate Brawl. I got Hook and Kingston winning this though, obviously.
Yeah.
And by the way, seeing the Workhorsemen, also sad about DPW. Just made me think of that too. Just Hopefully the hiatus isn't too long, brothers.
Yeah, hope not either.
We also have a $200,000 tailgate four-way brawl. And can I tell you, Juice Robinson's promo on Dynamite was fantastic. I saved it on purpose for this. His promo, I had to put up a thing, and it got a lot of likes, actually. It was, I said, Juice Robinson is a national treasure for $200,000. He just kept saying that in his promo. We got 2 words for you, $200,000. I was crying laughing. I love it, man. Make this man the lunatic in that group.
I agree.
Stray Bullet, I believe is what they call him. Great nickname for him.
Yes.
Great work by Juice to hype this one up. And we also have the formerly known as the Acclaimed Outrunners are in this, and Big Bill and Brian Keith. Right now, I feel like this is kind of, I don't want to say lost souls, but each team feels lost for their own reason. Like they lost Jericho, Big Bill, and Brian Keith. The Bang Bang Gang are just a man down and a brother down. So they're kind of feeling lost. The Outrunners are just lost because they were on top and now they're still doing the same things, but I don't know if it's still there as hot as they were like a year ago. And then you have the Acclaimed, who I think are still a pretty good tag team. And I'm wondering what's the big, like, this is what brought them back together. This is the glue. Is it the money?
It's not the Acclaimed.
Oh, Anthony Bowen's in Max Caster.
That's right. There's no scissors. There's no scissors involved here. Are
we waiting for Billy's back to get better? What are we waiting for here?
I don't know. No clue there, but maybe the money will change him.
Could
you
be.
Know, the way that I see it is you might not get along, but while you're arguing, if somehow you both become $100,000 richer from working together, maybe we got something here that we could make more of this working together.
I think when they hand them the money, they should definitely be like super excited, and then they're jumping all over each other, like, whoa, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And then to me, it's the big return is with Billy Gunn.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
If he's coming back, I don't know what his contract status is. I don't know what's going on with that, but to me, that's the move. Big Bill and Brian Keith. I don't know if you want to separate these guys or what. I don't know what's the next move for them. To me, Bullet Club Gold's just waiting to be put back together, and I think the Outrunners should be one of your top acts in Ring of Honor if they're not going to be on AEW TV.
Put him with Dalton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely trios champions worthy.
Yeah.
Just the foolishness that'll come with them. Yeah, but give me the Acclaim for the dub. Or the former Acclaim.
Yeah.
For the dub. All right. We know the reactions. I don't want to see this match. Boom and Doom, QT Marshall, Big Boom AJ taking on Roppongi Vice, RPG Vice. I know they can't say Roppongi probably because New Japan owns it. Dog, listen, Boom and Doom are winning this. We're gonna hear the song. We're gonna get the dance. People are gonna go nuts though, because this is both of their hometowns. It's gonna be we bring the boom. And if they don't win, the only thing that I will accept is that Roppongi Vice beat them up. QT turns on Big Boom and then leaves his son to just get put into a headlock by Trent Beretta.
Yeah, I was gonna say Trent will beat a kid.
Yeah. I still feel like Rocky's too nice, even though he tries to act like he's mean now. I'm like, nah, Rocky, you're too nice of a guy. You just look like a nice
guy. I had the Roppongi Vice theme going in my head when that was going instead of the other. I love that theme. I love that theme.
The New Japan one?
Yeah.
Yes, classic. Delay Grats, what's good, man?
But QT Marshall and Boom. Big Boom.
And you know what? At least he's on the pre-show. I agree with what Matt said here. It's not like he's taking a match away from somebody. He's on the tailgate brawl, guys. That's fine. Right. I'm good with it. It'll be interesting to see what kind of reaction he gets. I don't know how much juice they still have left in this. I can't believe the Costco guys is still a thing, like currently. Like it's unbelievable to me. I haven't seen as many of their videos on TikTok, so
I was about to make the in this economy, especially.
Right? Double chunk chocolate. Here's a coupon. Here's a coupon.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, can't afford that, brother. They're actually building the Costco's near me now too. That's funny. We'll see, but I'm going Boom and Doom for the win. I think you said the same, right? Trios, CMLL. Like I said, Sky Team, L Sky Team. It is going to be Mascara Dorada, Mystico, and Neon taking on Kazuchika Okada, Hechicero, and our good friend Konosuke Takeshita, the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. And like I said, I saw some people complaining about it, but I don't think it's a disrespectful thing to be put onto this show. And when you have pre-shows with a lot of good talent on it, I don't view it as a bad thing. I've got Sky Team winning this though. How and why, I do not know, but they're going to get the dub. Even if they're arguing and Hechicero gets caught with like a triple amount of moves, he's like, what are you two doing?
Yeah.
I can see it going down like that.
I agree. Unless Dorada is hurt, please Sky Team wins.
Yeah. And I hope he's okay. Because like I said, that 450 did not look pretty, man. There's no way CMLL lets those guys lose on the Full Gear pre-show. Takeshi and Okada will implode. Trent goes to beat up the kid and Sue's van pulls up. Sue standing there waiting.
Grabs him by the ear, pulls him away.
Yeah, I've told you to stay out that Costco, didn't I? Oh goodness!
They just open up the van and there's Chuck Taylor just hanging out.
Oh man, terrible thoughts running through our head. Then we'll get to the Full Gear show. You guys know, if you're international, you guys could definitely order it on Triller TV. It's on HBO Max. I think you order it on YouTube, Amazon Prime, you name it, they'll have it. But definitely check it out. I love that it's presented by DC. Very cool. And BJ, I'm gonna go through these matches. I have them in some kind of random order, but we'll figure this out. Let's start here with the Casino Gauntlet match. As we know, the number 1 and number 2 spot have been determined. This is for the first ever national champion, though. How do we do this, BJ? What do we think? This is a championship that's supposed to go to New Japan, Ring of Honor, and Toni has confirmed it will be defended at Final Battle. So this title will go to ROH sometimes because it can be defended across companies.
If it is someone not 1 or 2, I'm very interested to see who it is. But if it were me, and my favorite to win is Shelton Benjamin.
I've heard people make cases for Roddy.
Huh?
I've heard people make cases for Roddy too. I've heard a case for Claudio.
All of those are very true. I mentioned a couple weeks ago on one of the reviews that you put this on Shelton, let him have a little bit of a world tour, having great matches other places as a good way to like say, hey man, we appreciate you. And we know the kind of work that you did other places, and we want to share that with the world again. So
I could even see it being Ricochet. I feel like it's going to be someone we're not thinking of right now. I see some people saying Jay White too, like Jay White's a return and he shows up, but I don't know if I see Jay White can't go to New Japan. So what are we talking about here? He's banned.
That's right.
I'm trying to think of like who will want to go to New Japan. Like, see, I feel like Bobby and Shelton don't want to do that. I could see Ricochet wanting to do that maybe more so. I'm going to go with the idea of Roderick Strong still too. I think I'm just going to ride out with Roderick to win this. I don't know why, who, maybe I'm crazy, but that's my thought on it at least. Let me see here. Someone said likely Lashley, but if not Lashley, he's not taking the pen. Josh Alexander would be a good one, but I know he's in another match though. Jay White is banned. Oh yeah, he cannot step foot. What was the rules? He couldn't step foot in the New Japan ring again.
Yeah. If he lost
to Kingston,
it was loser leaves New Japan, but it was like you're banned from New Japan.
Yeah, and then he was out of his group. Craziness. It should be fun. Like I said, I won't be mad if Jay White wins. I have no clue who's going to win this though. This is the match I would not bet my money on.
Right.
Next up, Pac back in a singles match against Darby Allin. After getting slammed through a flaming table, I would want to fight you too. So What do we think here, BJ? Is this the revenge? Because Pac is really good. Like, I think he doesn't get enough.
I know
time
that's where I'm torn myself, because it makes sense for Darby to come back and get the win, but man, Pac he's so good. I want him to be a heavier player, more featured. Maybe he's Darby's kryptonite. You know what I mean?
Also, put these guys in the C2, and you could tell a story within there of like Darby has to get his revenge, he has to get his redemption, and they're in the same blocks.
Yeah.
You could definitely do something like that. So that's what I'd like to see. So you know what? You kind of convinced me. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it. Pac wins this.
I want to, but I'm going to say Darby does.
Okay. All right. We're going to line up on one of these soon. I know it. We have for $1 million. Now, this is what you should be mad about. $1 million for a trios match. Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express versus Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks. I have my thoughts, but I'll let you go first.
I think the faces win here again. I think we keep the Bucks poor.
Or maybe the Bucks win and then they super kick Josh Alexander. Like, we don't need the money. It was never about the money. It was about our friendship.
Oh, no.
Wayward son. Don't you cry no more.
I didn't need a trio. I needed my brother.
That's what I was thinking of when I was saying it, actually.
Yeah.
I need my older brother. Classic AEW moment, by the way.
Yeah.
Pac in pants, no less. That is true. Going back to 2019 shows, Pac has calmed down in the ring. Pac's still good. I think he can go if he wanted to, but man, 6 years is a lot of time in wrestling.
Doesn't have to. I think it's one of those cases like where it's an always credible person, just like where I said like Joe winning the big win. If you put Pac in any big match, even right now, I'm still like, he's still really good. He could turn up the intensity when he wants, but why does he need to if he's still carried the same? Sure, if his like stuff starts diminishing, then yeah, got to show out and show them what I'm capable of. It's kind of in some regards not the same like style, but it's kind of like Okada. Make me have to bring that out.
Yo, Okada does not care about your feelings about a match. You need to make him do it.
Yep.
Just like I gave credit to someone else recently from MLW who did it. I watched him do it to Mystico, and I know a lot of people don't like A-Double. I won't say his name, but he did it. Like, I was like, this guy is good. I just personally
yeah,
but
yep.
He's a heel though. Like, it makes me not like him, and I'm just like, oh, you're so good though, dude. Like, I'm just like, you're so good at this. And that's me just trying not to be biased about it. I got the baby faces winning as well in this one, as far as the prediction goes. But going back to Pac, Kingston, I'm trying to think of, there's like a short list of people that I'm like, if you ever had to default and just say like, who's a guy who could win the belt that people wouldn't expect, I would put Briscoe even in that category, Samoa Joe. There's like a list of guys that's like, I wouldn't be mad if you did it. I wouldn't complain. I might even throw Lashley in there at this point. I'm like, I wouldn't be mad if you did it.
Yeah, I am. As we talked about at the start, I do want to see Lashley in that world title picture at some point soon.
For sure. And we're going right back into the Death Riders here. Jon Moxley, Kyle O'Reilly. This one should be fun. I mean, you do have the chance to like give Kyle something here and really try to do something with Kyle. I don't know what the ceiling is for it. Some people have thought maybe him and Roddy break up. I don't know if that's the case, because they said, well, Mark Briscoe wasn't attacked by someone in the Don Callis family. Everyone's like, it's Roddy, because Roddy hates the conglomeration. I don't know if I'd go that far either, but I don't know here. But I think this Moxley gets his win here for like, oh, why do they still believe in him? Because this is what I do. You guys see it. This is what I do. What do you think, Beecher? Is this the solidifying moment of, yeah, you need to get out of here?
That's exactly what I was feeling. Kyle O'Reilly gets the big win over Mox on pay-per-view.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna take Moxley, but man, so you think it's time for him to get out and he's just
I
gonna
do.
catch. Oh no. Isn't it weird? The Death Riders is the most weird storyline ever in AEW. No, it might be up there with Better Than You, Baby, but like when you see it, it's like, man, they really
I think it
don't
would be.
rock.
I think it would be great if Kyle O'Reilly won this, and then when they went to go do the announcements for like the C2, they opened it to like how like with the Death Riders, it'd be like, and 2 representatives, one on each block of the Death Riders, and then they collectively choose like Wheeler and Claudio and not Moxley
I could even
because
see
they don't
Garcia and
feel he could get
Claudio.
the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
that'd be fantastic too to start it off like that. Good point, man. I'm gonna take Moxley, but if Kyle O'Reilly wins, you remember BJ called it. Um, Back to another tag match. We got the 4-way tag. Winner picks the semifinal stipulation in this one. I don't think it really matters who wins this one, truthfully, not to be mean, but I'm going to say Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne get the win, and they will pick some type of hardcore stipulation to go up against Timeless Toni Storm and Mina.
That makes a lot of sense to me. I don't want Mina and Toni to win this after Mina dropped the Taipei death match as one of the potential options because we don't need that. We don't need that.
We're not ready for that, folks.
No.
If you never watched old ECW and you don't know what we're talking about, we're not ready for that.
Yeah, we're not ready for that. So they ruled themselves out on technicality.
I love it. I think Kyle wins and the Death Riders turn on Mox. Man, everybody's saying that. This is going to be a sleeper match. I love it. Kyle wins because Mox gets counted out instead of getting beat. Death Rider storyline has been a roller coaster of it's good, it's bad, it's good. When is Yuta going to turn? When are we going to kick out Mox? True. And you got to think someone's still going to be ready to ride with them too, and they might get kicked out. It's like I said, it could be very interesting. Even and we talked about Claudio being the leader. I think you could even do it where Garcia is the leader, where he's like, "Nah, I'm taking over this vision."
I feel like Garcia is the first one to quit.
Really, and then go back out on his own.
That he joined up with them to do better, and it hasn't produced the results that they said it would, and so I'm gonna go do it on my own.
And then he makes an example out of Matt Menard moving forward. Like, this is why I'm on my own, and this is what I'm going to do to people from now on. Yeah. Red Death, and then that'd be good. That'd be good. All right, now this is where it starts getting a little interesting. TNT Championship. I need you to not Derek this one for me. Kyle Fletcher defends the title. If Fletcher wins, Briscoe joins the Don Callis family. This is what Briscoe had to put on the line to get the title shot. What do you think, Beach?
When you say don't Derek this, are you talking about Derek's theory that he's a part of it the whole time now?
Could be.
I think Mark Briscoe gets screwed and loses.
Yeah, because why would he be in the match if he was part of this? I don't like those turns where it's like, I'm gonna wrestle you.
3 letters. Who's gonna screw him over due to their recent fights? The return of MJF.
Really? So you think he returns here and not in the main event?
I think he returns here and screws over Mark Briscoe to make him join the Don Callis family.
I think your new national champion, based on what I'm saying, I think Roderick Strong shows that he's never liked the conglomeration. He's never been shy about it, and he's tired of teaming with them. And he says, you know what? Go to hell. And I want my friend Kyle back. And he screws him over. And another weird thing is you could technically have him, and then Don thinks that, oh, Roddy, you should join us since you helped us. And then Roddy goes, no, I'm not with you guys. I'm with them. And then the Death Riders come out. And it's like, oh, boom. And then you got 2 groups who could collide there. I'm just spitballing, guys.
No, that's nice, though. I would not hate that. I would not hate that at all.
Nothing should happen until we get Yuta versus Garcia. I like that, Jocelyn. I like that a lot. Ian versus Axel, classic. Clown putting y'all on game. Telling you about that Taipei death match. If you don't know, you'll know. Tag title match. We have Brodito, FTR, and Stokely They are going to be in this match. I think this is going to deliver way better than the Forbidden Door 4-way thing that they tried to do. They got a little messy there at the end, and people are like, what happened? I think this match is going to be a certified banger.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
What do you think, though, Beach? Do we see new tag champs, or does Brodito ride again?
I think we get our 3-time tag champs. I think it's time that FTR take those belts. I like Brodito, but I just feel if we're going to do it,
know him. It's time. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. That is your match at Revolution, I think, too. Yeah. Prepare yourselves. Yeah, they'll get a title defense in at World's End, but by the time Revolution rolls around in March, it's going down. It's going to be a ladder match. It's going to be something crazy. Yeah, and they're gonna go in, man. And I like the feud, and I think that it's going to continue. And I think you're going to end up seeing it again too after that. So I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. And I thought Brodito did a heck of a job as a tag team, like one of my favorite tag teams this year.
Yeah, I agree. They've been putting in a lot of really good work.
And Bandito still the Ring of Honor champion. So more to come from him. And then do you keep Brodito as a team? I think you put Buddy Matthews back with Brody. And then I think what's going to end up happening is Bandito joins the Bang Bang Gang. I don't know why I can see it.
Why the dynamic that would be.
You get why they do it, though. They all, I can see them in there with them. And I'm like, what is going on? What is going on in this company?
We get Bandito and Juice Robinson as ROH tag champs.
For sure. Like I said, final battle, by the way, Friday, December 5th, Columbus, Ohio. It's going down. It's happening. So, make sure you're there.
As long as we don't call him Bro Juice, by the way.
Bro Juice. She only wants me for that Bro Juice. I think I need to let it loose. Don't get old, folks. Chris Statlander defends the Women's World Championship against Mercedes Mone. Stat on commentary, man. It was a little rough at points of time on commentary I thought during that main event. I know people have their doubts. I think we need to get Statlander doing some stuff with RJ City. I think we need to have her do any shows where she could talk, get comfortable. And I still don't think I think you still stick with what the plan is, at least what I have planned. But I'm interested to hear what you have planned first, BJ.
So, has Mone ever beaten Statlander?
Yes, twice.
Yes, but Statlander's never beaten her.
Correct.
So when it was going to be Toni and Mone, I thought that's where everything lines up and comes to a head when Mercedes loses and it all falls apart for her. This feels like it will happen here, but I don't want it to.
You want 14 belts, Mone?
I want 14 belts, Mone.
I'm opposite of you, and I'm the Mercedes Mone fanatic probably out of anyone here. But I think Statlander wins, and this is where the downward spiral begins because of unlucky number 13. And I think the story here is, look, because you don't want your. Guys, are you okay with me ruining wrestling here for a second? Here's my logic behind it. You don't want Mercedes to lose as the world champion. Like, we're going back to Winnipeg and you're dropping that title. Can't have that. So to me, the goal is Mercedes can win all these other belts. You could beat all of them, but which one do you really want? You want this one. You can't beat me, and you know it. You're not good enough to beat me. And this could be Mercedes. I think you have her go on a losing streak. She loses all the belts, drops them all back, and then she has to get on the path to redemption. Whether it's as a face or a heel, you could do it either way. But she figures out how to do it. Maybe that's pairing her with the Renegade Twins, who can then be in the tag division. Maybe that's doing this or that, another thing. And to me, you build up Mercedes Mone, and then there's the big matchup with either her and Statlander or her and Toni Storm again. To me, is the matchup.
I like that. And yeah, ultimately that's where I'd go to. But yeah, what you're saying makes a lot more sense with if the spiral would start, you want it to start because she couldn't get the big one. So yeah, I think you swayed my judgment there.
Delay Grass comes in though. I think Mercedes wins, setting up a 2026 Fall of Monet storyline after a brief reign. So maybe she's the champ, wears all the belts, and then when she loses that, then she drops all the other ones. Could do that too. There you go. I want Monet, but Chris. Pro Juice pause. Play.
Play.
No spoilers. Women's World Championship match at Final Battle will be awesome. So, interesting. Gonna have to check that out. And we're at the main event, Beach. Before we get ready to get out of here, it is a steel cage match. Sorry, double click of the fingers. Happy. Hangman Adam Page, Samoa Joe, steel cage. Is this the last match on the card? Because I feel like you could main event with the women too, depending on what the finish is. Like if MJF's coming back in that other one, like you said, then to me, put Mercedes Moné and Statlander on last then. But if not, then I definitely think you should go with Samoa Joe, Hangman, if MJF's coming back at the end. Random thought. Hangman wins this, by the way, for me.
Hangman wins this too. I think this will be a brawl for sure. But I think our most gruesome moment, if he makes a second appearance, based off of my opinion, is MJF showing up in that main event scene at the end to take out Hangman after the win.
And I think Hangman, MJF, World's End. Like that's going to be the first match that we know for sure. I know the C2 is going to happen and all that other stuff with it.
Yeah.
But that's the match.
Yep. I agree.
And then we'll see what happens. We'll see who got stuff right and who got stuff wrong. But BJ, I thank you, sir.
Absolutely. It's been a wonderful time. I am excited for this show. I'm excited to follow you over here and watch you guys over on Hubbard Weekly. And also, so I'll do the plug. Check you guys out every Monday, Clash of the Podcast, 6:05 on the Mothership. And the normal review time for AEW Dynamite after Dynamite's on Wednesday with you and Derek. You guys have great content, and hopefully the next time I'm on here, I'll also be rocking one of those EPW shirts. One last thing I will say, I just want to share. It's a personal life thing. I'm very excited for. I'm solidifying the purchase tonight. If anyone is in my local-ish area, it's a couple hours out for me, but December 20th and 21st in Pittsburgh, they're having a one day is like an anime verse con and one day is a wrestleverse con. Sting has been on a tour where he's called it the last time in face paint. After this, he won't be wearing the face paint anymore. This is his last stop, period, on this whole time. And I'm getting the photo op and the autograph to give my gratitude, to pay my respects to that man, because what a journey, you know? And so if you're in that area, you should definitely look into that to go and make that happen, because if you're a fan of wrestling like I am, that's huge. And right now, more wrestlers are pouring in to start getting into photo ops and autograph signings that were from his career, that are like a month ago, these people weren't listed, but like Ric Flair's there now, Kevin Nash, Lex Luger, and you can get pictures of combos with them as well if you want. But yeah, they do specify no bats. You can't get a bat signed.
Weapon for security purposes.
Yeah, but
what are you getting signed? A picture or?
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go do the photo op and then have him sign that picture.
Nice.
So
cool, man. Yeah, definitely check out Sting. I believe someone in our group, I think MJB usually says I think he's been talking about going to see that Sting signing. So I'm sure you might see him there as well. So if you see BJ, give him the 2 sweet.
Yeah, that's right. It is the last one, and hopefully also by that time in that pick, I'll have that EPW shirt going.
That's right. You can get the Wolfpack one. We have an
That's
EPW
right.
Wolfpack style shirt. There you go.
There you go.
Beach, I can't thank you enough, brother. I love doing these with you. Hopefully, if they do another one for World's End, we'll get you on and around the Christmas time, and we'll talk about Christmas gifts and all that. Maybe I'll try to set aside some extra time for us so we can really deep dive into talking some pro wrestling. But
Absolutely.
I love you, brother. I appreciate you, and thank you so much. And yeah, man, we're gonna get on out of here. 8:35, I'm going over to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. We're going to be talking Survivor Series. Be there. I'm going to try and run, grab some grub. I got 15 minutes to do that. BJ is the best. Thank you. We'll be here. We're going to probably have a full gear review up on Saturday, probably Sunday morning, whatever you want to call it. We'll be here, and we'll talk some pro wrestling. We appreciate you guys. For me and my guy, BJ, we are out. We'll see you on the next one.